Yes, I like North's lead.
Andy Robson made a video about this, that if you ever hold 5 small trumps and you're on lead in the opponent's suit, you just should always lead a trump. 5 small or jack fifth, he said.
Yeah. Okay.
What does declarer think?
Aha. We've got a director call on the left-hand screen.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Well, I think he's West's forgotten the system and East has given the right explanation according to their system card.
Yeah.
So now what do you do as director? This is the question.
I don't know. Did he ask what the 300 bid was?
Who does he share the screen with?
East, west and south.
West and south of the screen, mate. So,
Okay, so
North
East,
would have had to ask
I
East.
think East has explained their system, which is
Gambling.
or major. It's a major.
well, it's pretty obvious what's happened from North's point of view. I mean, it's quite silly to be calling the director, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm usually quite partial to calling a director, but here, I mean, you know what's happened. You could have asked your question before you made your opening lead. Instead, you kind of bash out this ace of spades in a murky auction, then you call for the director. You know, that's...
So Taj, I'll tell you why he's called for the director. Did
It's
North call the director?
This
Yeah.
is standard stuff. You
I think
what
that
you lose in the play, you get it back in from a director.
I think that having played the ace of spade and then realised what a bad play it was and was giving them the contract,
Yeah,
that he's looking for another way out.
yeah.
Yeah, look, I agree with you. I mean, I'm not sure ace of spades was such a bad lead in the context. It just worked terribly on the hand, you know. I'm quite sympathetic to the lead, but, you know, I'm not so sympathetic to the direct call.
Oh, no
Changing
change
the
to the
result.
score. I agree.
Yeah.
So how are we going to play this hand in 5 diamonds?
I think he's just going to think he needs a spade
Jack of
finesse.
spades.
It's a spade finesse. When that loses, now he thinks he's got 5 spades. 4 spades, 5 diamonds is 9.
Heart and
Club and a heart. And he can afford to lose a spade and a heart. But on a club play now, what does he do? He tries to play a heart to the queen or something. He's
interesting on the left-hand screen, a diamond, 4 hearts, 4 spades, and East is looking at 6 spades as well.
That's pretty easy.
I would risk a double.
I think South may not fit it.
Wait a second. Can't he? Oh, no, he can't ruff a club, cross to spade.
He can ruff a club, come to the 10 of spades, ruff a club.
Who's Rosenberg?
Oh,
Which
no,
Rosenberg is
that.
it?
Kevin.
No,
Kevin.
yes, no, he could do that.
4, 7, queen ace.
That's
So now
fair.
he's got a second entry.
No, he's got to get back to
Winning the ace of hearts was such a good play.
Yeah. Otherwise, he's got an entry.
Yeah.
Oh.
A club lead now.
Probably no, he roughs, he pulls, draws trump, crosses to the heart king. And it's home. I think he's
You
home
think
now.
he should have just shut up and not mentioned the double?
Or all the diamonds.
Yeah, but maybe a spade is probably the best play at this stage.
Club lead is roughed, ace of diamonds cashed over to the tennis. No, over to the king of hearts. and draw trumps.
Yeah, spade is the play here from south to make. That, and I suspect after a spade play, it's over. Yeah, it's down. Tricky. Oh, he's played a club. No, no, no.
Now, heart to hand, draw trump. Ace of diamonds, heart to hand, draw trumps. Is home. They've got to 5 clubs doubled on the left-hand screen. And
Or did
well,
he
that's-
run after 4 spades got doubled? That's quite surprising.
well, South ran.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah.
I don't know why South would run with a spade holding. Anyway, so this is one off on top now. And what else is he going to lose? He gets lucky in the diamond layout. Peter, can we have the auction on the left-hand screen, please? Did South run to 4 no trumps? Yes, South ran to 4 no trumps. Choose a minor.
That's why I said, would East be better off not to have doubled and just stayed quiet? They might have played in 4 spades then.
Yeah, but from his point of view, his partner had bid 4 hearts vulnerable. So, you know, he's got, yeah, partner's got to have something. He's got something. It's really unlikely the opponents are making anything. I mean, even here, I don't think 5 clubs is going to make. There's
So
No, they're not.
quite
Definitely
a
not
bunch of
making.
things. Well, not definitely. I mean,
Well, they've got the ace king of clubs to lose, and they've already lost.
oh,
nine.
okay. So the down one on top, right, right. Down one on top, and probably would lose another trick. Let's say they play club. No, that's no good because you can rough 1 heart, pitch 1 heart. Oh, well, you don't know the diamonds are coming through though, you see. You might play diamond to the ace, see a singleton on a drop and think about taking a heart rough and taking the diamond finesse. So it's a few things that still need to happen on this hand.
could switch to the jack of diamonds.
All the scores have all been one way so far.
Mm.
I think a heart play is quite reasonable by West, trying to get whatever Trump's partner has into play.
So on board 18 on the right-hand side, 3 no trumps is going to be the final spot. It's a case of West bidding 3 no trumps now. Yeah.
Spade.
Eleven tricks on a spade lead, 10 otherwise. So West has switched to the 9 of spades on the left. Declarer can take. Declarer will take the ace.
So they 1 imps on the hand. They were in 4 clubs, doubled.
Yeah, because they made 5 diamonds, which have gone down.
Right.
Yes, we haven't had the director's ruling yet on board 18 at the other table.
On the
On board 18.
Right.
where they played 5 diamonds and North led the ace of spades.
Oh no, that was an immediate director ruling, apparently. That one, he said no change to the score. But
Excellent.
I was thinking about the one where they bid 4 clubs and got doubled, and I wondered why they hadn't lost imps on that, because Rosenberg made 5 diamonds on the previous hand when they could have gone down if they'd returned a spade. Is that what you were saying?
Okay.
Player is in a lot of pain in 5 clubs doubled.
What's happening here?
Quite reasonably, he played diamond to the 10, I suppose. He
Hooked the 10 of diamonds. Right.
Oh dear.
He hasn't roughed the ace of hearts.
Why didn't he go ace? Because he's just.
Jenny's joined us. If she'd like to join in the conversation, she's welcome to.
I see we've lost the play. Okay. Might have roughed with a 3 of clubs. No, don't think that's going to happen. Four hearts was due to go 1 off on 19.
well,
Pass, and no trump, all pass. On 20. And 4 spade tricks. 6.
What?
The defenders can take the first 4 spade tricks, and then they can come to 2 clubs and a diamond and a heart. That's the theory of it. What can declarer do? Declarer's got to make discards on this.
Pass.
That's no fun.
You wouldn't.
the declarer has to make 2
That's
discards.
sorry, you go ahead.
I guess the play will be informed by what declarer pitches on the 3rd and 4th spade.
Well, I'm thinking a diamond and a club.
Yeah, that's intuitive, isn't it?
So, well, 4 spades is hit, and they're playing it in 4 spades.
Oh,
So this will not be pretty. It'll be more than 500, I would say.
wow. I wouldn't have sat that as south. Would you?
No,
With all those diamonds, you don't think so?
Not unreasonable.
no. As South, you run. Apologise when its partner's got ace, king, queen, jack to 8.
I mean, he's
Boy, this is really going to run the score out, isn't it?
6. Doesn't know you've got 0. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be more after this board.
This is going to be painful for North.
The defenders can take king of clubs, ace of clubs, club rough.
Rosenberg plays the check.
Not that they know that. The player can make 2 diamonds and a diamond rough. That's 3 tricks. Of course, the player doesn't know this. Are we all a 4 spade bidder as North?
Yeah, I mean, you have to, surely.
3, 5, 6, 7 losers. The
Biggest
clear
game
went
these
too
days,
often.
they say.
I would definitely bid 4 spades. I might bid 4 spades with even less. I mean, you're favorable, they're bidding game, and you have a stiff heart.
Yeah. So declare went 2 off in 1 no trump.
Right.
Not much you could do about it.
Mm.
Okay.
The Netherlands can't take a trick here, can they? Gee.
Well, they kind of had an opportunity. You know, the big one was when they were defending 5 diamonds and teammates were plus 300 against 4 clubs doubled. Beating 5 diamonds would have been, 8 in rather than 3 out or 4 out. So it's an opportunity.
They're getting monstered. Oh my God. This is like
1, 2, 3, 4. 3 diamonds looks okay. There's a diamond, a club, 2 hearts. Nothing threatening. Good start. Okay, good. Certainly a good start. So declare now has 4 diamond tricks, 1 rough in dummy. It's 5, 3 clubs. Yes, I suppose it should get home. That hasn't hurt declare.
So Sophie, have you been in boot camp or anything?
Well, I've been doing like bidding practice twice a week with Dave and trying to do my own practice. Now that Sartaj is back from the US, he always does boot camp for me. So I just spend about an hour each day getting whooped by him.
Oh, that was surprising by North. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he doubled.
So Taj, you played on tablets in Chicago.
Yeah,
What did you think?
I mean, it's clear to me that's the future of the game. I'd never played on tablets before. It's, I mean, I strongly prefer tablet play, having played.
Wow. That was conservative by South.
Yeah.
Very
That North is picking up the slack. 3-no trump is cold for North-South.
Mhm. Yeah, 6 diamonds, a couple of hearts, and a trick here or there, trick and spades. Yeah.
As the cards lie, you've got 6 diamonds, 4 hearts, and a spade.
Yeah.
But even if you don't go after the hearts, you've got 6 diamonds, 2 hearts, and a spade. I don't understand the option, I have to confess. North double, South bids 2 hearts, minimum bid, North bids 2-no trump.
Well, North has, when North didn't bid 2 diamonds the first time, he was committed to taking another action. So whether there was 2-no trump or 3 diamonds, he wasn't going to pass 2 hearts. But yeah, South's action's very heavy. Yeah.
Some would say soft.
Finn is usually quite an aggressive bidder. But here, yeah. Back to your question, Peter. I mean, I enjoyed the tablets. I feel like they are very good from so many different perspectives that I really hope they get widely adopted. I've, in fact, written an article on bridge winners, which should be coming up in the next day or two, with one of my key reasons I like tablets. I feel like a lot of, and for high level play, like just the top, not for the punters. I think normal bridge should continue, but once you're playing the late stages of a world championship or real late stages of a US national, then you need tablets for the game to be fairer. As it is, there's too much advantage people can take of situations, and some do.
On the right-hand screen, the defenders have 4 tricks so far, and they're due to get a club trick and a couple of spade tricks as well. That's 800. Right. It's pretty sure that North is going to get a spade trick to come. And a club trick. Yeah, that's all. Oh, yes, 800.
I'll look out for that article.
You come in for a minute and say trio. What's this doing about?
And Sartaj, you were going well, but that last stanza, things got away from you, didn't it?
In America, yeah, things were going well. Look, it was still pretty good as we did.
Yeah.
We were basically outplayed on the last day, and it's good to lose when you're outplayed rather than
Unlucky.
whether it's lucky or random swings, like a lot of times. And so it was nice that, that we lost, but because they had played better than us. So, I kind of almost like that. So, yeah, I mean, it was a fun week and everything. A lot of things went our way when things were going our way. And the last day, we just weren't quite up to it. I saw some of the commentary you guys were doing on that Peter, I just came back and I saw some of the videos, and
Yeah,
you and Sophie and Phil and Ron and
yeah. With one of them, we had over 200 plays of the video. I don't understand that. Didn't know you had that many supporters.
Well, hopefully you'll be doing the same for me.
Yes, we'll be lining him up for each session that you're on Viewgraph.
All right, I think we're gonna wrap up. So see you, Ron, Peter, everyone else.
And Sophie, so I think it's next Monday night, and we play Denmark. Is that who we play?
Oh, you would know better than me. I don't know,
Something
actually.
like that. As long as we weren't playing Nigeria or England, you know. But,
Yeah.
And hopefully Sam will be a bit better by then and able to play.
Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That'll make a big difference.
We're lucky as it turned out on this match that she gets another week without having to play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you to both of you.
No
All right,
probs.
see you.
And I'm sure if I don't speak to you before you go, obviously wishing you the best over there.
Thanks, Peter.
Sorry about not being at the meeting yesterday. I missed that.
Oh, no worries. No, it was a good meeting, but you'll see the minutes, I'm sure.
Andrew really gets around the world, doesn't he? It's really always somewhere strange.
Who?
One of his
Oh, yeah.
he
I
was
know.
in Fiji or something, right?
Yeah, he was in Fiji.
Okay, guys, thank you very much.
On the right-hand screen, North-South have taken 5 tricks so far against 1-no trump. Double dummy, the best continuation now is a club to the ace and a club back. That'll take 1-no trump 2 off. On a declare and play a diamond back, and now a low heart will give declarer. Wow. Might give declarer 6 tricks. 1, 3 hearts, and 2 diamonds are 5, and a club will be 6. If South plays a heart now, declare, no, it didn't happen. So, well, declare now plays a heart to dummy. He's going to have to rely on the club ace on side, or going 3 or 4 off, but he might just, but if he plays ace of hearts, jack of hearts, and another heart, then he'll definitely lose 2 tricks and go 2 off. So heart to the queen and the club is 1 off. And that, I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to do, because there's no guarantee the hearts are breaking. He might not get any benefit out of playing ace of hearts, jack of hearts. No. Right. So he's going 2 off.
He didn't follow your advice, Ron.
Well, what he was thinking is, if the hearts don't break, I'll play the 4th heart, and then they'll have to play a club to me. That way, if South began with 4 hearts, he'd definitely get the club trick. But he was simply playing for 2 off. It wasn't playing for one off. He was playing for 2 off versus 3 off versus 1 off. Their last board on the left-hand screen. Wow. They don't fool around. So 5 clubs is going down, using a spade and a heart and a diamond and a club.
So Ron, do you think when you've got 3 diamonds to support your opener, your partner's opening diamonds, do you think he should have supported diamonds, or do you think?
No.
Okay.
No, because the clubs are just so good. A good test for whether you should play in your suit or in partner's suit, where it's 4 hearts versus 4 spades or 5 clubs versus 5 diamonds, is to add up the number of cards you've got in the suit and how many honours you've got in that suit. If it's 10 or more, if the total's 10 or more, you should play your suit. So you've got 7 clubs with 4 honours, that's 11. It's definitely want to play your suit. What's the worst that can happen in clubs? You lose 1 trick. In diamonds, who knows what could go wrong. Imagine the same situation if partner had opened 1 heart and you had those spades. You'd want to be beating 4 spades. It's conceivable if you played in 5 diamonds that you might only make 1 club trick. Yeah.
Oh, Ron, that little tip you gave just then, for that purpose, would a 10 be an honour?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
If you had King, Queen, Jack, 10 to 6, you'd want that to be your trump suit. I mean, with the minors, you've got a separate problem whether you should in 3 no trumps. So
Yeah.
I was thinking was an option for East to consider 3 no trump. That wouldn't have been successful at all, but certainly might be on a different day. Imagine partner had king doubled and club there. And those values, now 3 no trumps is cold and 5 clubs is 1 down. Three diamonds made routinely at the other table on the right-hand screen, using a diamond, 2 hearts, and a club. The lead was similar. East won the king of diamonds and switched to a low heart. And that made it easy for declarer. Well, US2 is not faring as well in the left-hand screen.
No, they are not, are they?
Under 26 Israel versus USA 2. What's happening there? Close-ish.
Here's the Rimstead brothers playing here in the Chairman's Cup.
Brothers or the sisters?
And Joe Grew.
I agree. I see. Yes. It's not the youth championships anymore.
I know, they're playing the Chairman's Cup, whatever that is. It's been running all week. So the interesting thing on this game was there was 188 convincers on the top table, but 385, so that's 400, 550. Very popular game because it's the hometown for the Netherlands. But it's interesting that the bottom, this group over here, drew more people than this one here. Look, and depending on how the youngsters went, the under-21s having won the first match today, as to where they end up tomorrow night, well, end of our night, end of their day, they may get a run on Beauchamp. They might feel sorry for Australia and give us a run if they're up to a reasonable position. I don't know the answer to that. But if they don't, I think we've made an effort to try and promote Youth Bridge.
No, they haven't. Sorry.
And if that doesn't happen when they don't get a game, then I think we'll call it quits for the week. I know Ron's busy at the weekend, and there's just not enough interest in the Youth Bridge. Even their families don't watch it.
The other table, one spade east, pass, double by north, 2 hearts by south, 2 no trump north and 3 no trump south, making comfortably, making over tricks. East discarded a heart, and the clearer made 6 diamonds, 4 hearts, and the ace of spades.
So do you think South wasn't strong enough to put a double in their run?
Dangerous to double without support for the diamonds. I like West Spid, 1 no trump, no fear there.
What does that say?
Well, now we'll go back to 2 spades. East might do a lot more then.
Oh.
South is wondering where all the stuff is. And South has 11 points and everybody's bidding. On the other hand, South will expect North to be the weak hand at the vulnerability.
If to North it looks as to South, it looks as though there's a lot more than 40 points on this table, doesn't it?
A lot of players, especially in the USA, play 1 spade, 1 no trump, 2 clubs say, well done North, no fear there, good for you. Play the 1 spade, 1 no trump, 2 clubs say 2 spades is weak, and they bid 1 spade, 2 hearts as a better raise to 2 spades. one spade, two spades is weak. One spade, two hearts is a spade raise and is better. And one spade, one going through one no trump is worse. The West hand certainly qualifies as worse. Player has 9 tricks on top. And if East doesn't discard a heart, West, I don't think the clearer is going to take the spade, take the heart finesse.
16, 6, 7, 8.
On the other hand, and he can afford to take the heart of finesse as long as he's got the ace of spades there. East has no good continuation. He can cash another club. It doesn't want to cash any more than that. And the clearer can actually then, if he cashes a second club, then the clearer can set up the clubs. Okay.
Presume he's thinking about whether to put up the jack or not.
He might as well. And there's no danger to his contract. His contract's secure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with not taking the finesse, taking the ace of hearts and playing another club. What's he's going to do now is
Are you okay?
have a good night.
Glad you didn't drop the computer.
You missed all the excitement, Dave.
Yeah. What are you doing playing tennis this hour of the night? You've got to turn your mic on. Dave, turn your
Dave,
mic.
you're muted.
Unmute.
How about now?
He
Can you
ducks
hear
to
me?
heart. Okay. Well, now the defenders can hold it to 3 no trump. And the clear is restricted to 10 tricks, so there'll be another imp away.
These USA kids are very, very powerful players, from what I can see.
Yeah, well, they've got a clean sweep so far.
Couple of the imps were a bit lucky on board 14 when they bid the slam. Declare was fortunate to get that one home, and a few exciting actions along the way.
The one where he had the end play in the heart suit.
Yeah, he had to eliminate all the suits and take one round of clubs and then end play them with the third heart.
Yeah, but the slam was a good slam. It came home with hearts with 2-2 or the Queen was singleton.
It needed a spade lead as well. On a diamond lead, Declare probably would have failed.
Yeah, that's true.
Interesting that these players are all under 26, and Zach Grossack, Kevin Rosenberg, and Finn Kolesnik have all won major national events in America. And Finn Kolesnik's sister Emma Kolesnik featured in, I think, in the final of the women's World Championships.
How's your training going, Dave?
The training, yes, the training is going well. Tomorrow morning we're doing a bit of practice, the team, and we had a good dinner a few days ago.
I wanted to know why you didn't have the T-shirts and the caps on.
Have to ask John that.
I do. Dave, do you play against other people or do you just play hands or what do you do?
9 tricks, is that all? He had 10 tricks on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the practice session, we'll bid and play some set hands from the Spring Gold or some event like that.
Okay.
Put me down for 2 spades. But North has saved them. 2 clubs was a maximum pass with spade support. But North says, I'm not interested. Leave me alone.
Wow, that's an aggressive action
Ashton
for me.
says, let's compete for a minor. And that's not a bad idea. You lose 2 hearts, 2 spades, and a diamond. one off is against 110. But South might take the push to 3 spades, and that's one too high. Is it? Oh, maybe no, it's not. 1, 2, 3. No. I mean, in theory, north-south, they've got 3 spades on because the queen of spades comes down. And if you get the diamond, as long as you get the diamonds right, you lose 2 clubs, 1 diamond, 1 heart. There's no rescue for 3 clubs. It will go 1 down for a flat board. Well, I say no rescue. Of course, North might switch to a diamond at any time.
That doesn't seem like a good defence.
No.
I think they'll play 2 rounds of spades and shift to hearts.
Yeah, spade club switches. Fine.
The Australian under-21 team are doing fantastically at the moment.
Yeah, they had a great day yesterday, winning all 4 matches. And they won the first match tonight.
And they're winning the second match by a big margin. They're up to 4th at the moment.
Well, in that case, Ron, we will probably get a game tomorrow night. Don't sound too excited, anybody?
No, they're doing very good. Well,
Yeah.
I see Mr. Page is still with us.
With those marvellous glasses, yes.
Yeah, those red ones really stand out. They're great. I recognise you instantly.
so you all know the coach of the USA under-26 team.
He seems to be having a good run, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a very good. His top 6 players are all very fine players.
Well, Finn, of course, been a partner of his for the last couple of years, a lot.
One of the players not playing in this session is Alon Apteka's son, who's a very strong player from South Africa who now lives in USA.
I noticed one of the teams is playing with only 5 people. I'm not sure what happened to the 6th. One of our teams, I think. Well, we've only got 2 teams, so.
Our team had 5, but now has 6 players, as far as I know.
The under-21s has got 5. There was some story Jack Parady was telling me, which was a bit sort of beyond my level of understanding. Was somebody was sick, and they thought they'd just go with 5 and play a 3-person and a 2-person and rotate. Something there was some, I think there was a funding and a lack of practice, etc., etc. Too late to get a second. Too late to bring a new pair in, which would then mean dropping the person who was actually not sick. anyway, the good and the great decided otherwise.
So
Oh, chap.
after one diamond and North bids 2 spades.
So who did play? Just the 4 played then, you mean?
No, they're playing a team of 5.
Okay. I thought there was some rule against it that I read somewhere.
There was I can't really remember. There was a bit of chatter at the time about it, but everybody seemed to be happy with it.
Good heavens, somebody actually passes. This is highly unusual. The other table went 1 diamond, 2 spades, 5 clubs, down 2.
Yeah, remember that?
And 3 spades just makes, I think, doesn't it? No, won't make. 2 spades was making, 3 spades not.
Well, let's see if they get a whitewash then. That's it, he
The
needs-
player's got to lose 2 diamonds, a club, a heart, and a spade. Well, I say that.
I'm not sure that,
Take a first round finish of the spades. He'll be all
not sure that they have to lose spade. In practice, they may well.
He can bid it now with ace of hearts and a heart. Oh no, he can't bid it with that either.
Seems right for declarer to cross to dummy and take a spade finesse if they can get to dummy. But there's a risk of going in hearts because there might be a heart ruff. They don't know the hearts are 2-2.
Mind you, I would have dropped the queen of diamonds at trick 1. Trick. Not that it matters. Yeah.
Good false card.
Irrelevant.
If the declarer makes this, he will get 140 against 100. Will that be worth an imp or 2?
The first imp.
But no guarantee.
Eliminate the whitewash.
So now he has to take the spade.
Take the spade finesse.
So Ron, if the under 21 team is on tomorrow night on ViewGraph, are you available tomorrow night or what's your feeling?
I have to consult the boss.
Okay. No pressure from me.
Yeah, well, I can scarcely contain my excitement, Peter.
Yeah.
I assume so.
Are you planning to, Peter, to cover some sessions from Marrakesh?
Definitely. We thought we'd only do your sessions, but you know, if anybody else does any good.
I have quite good hopes for the Australian mixed team.
Yeah.
That would be our #1 contender.
Yeah, well, Sophie was on earlier. I don't know if you saw her. She was on with Sartaj. You know, and Phil and Lauren are strong.
It's a good team and should do well. But the competition's very tough. The European teams are strong.
But I'm not going to do what we did last time, Ron, if you remember, which was do 13 days in a row for 6 or 9 hours a day.
But Marrakesh is at midnight or something, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we'll be a bit more selective this time.
How many hours is the time difference there?
Not
The
that,
same, probably the same as London or Paris.
yeah,
London's 9 at the moment.
all within about an hour of each other. Hang on, I put it on my phone. Let me have a look. I knew I'd done something. Yeah.
I mean, with any luck, it'll be 11 p.m. to 8 a.m., won't it?
No, I think, okay, hang on a second. 4 o'clock.
You're using your phone for something that's not a phone yet again.
What was that, Charles?
Like most people, you use a phone for everything else but being a telephone these days.
Yeah, I even got a new watch today, but I'm trying to pair it. And pairing never seems to work well for me.
Netherlands gets 1 imp on the last board.
And I'm going to tell you.
That's probably still a whitewash in VPs.
In Marrakesh, there are 24 teams in each division. There'll be 3 matches a day, except the last day will be 2 matches.
Okay, so they're 9 hours, and this event went on 8 hours. So that means, yeah, we start in the early evening and we go through the evening. But Ron, I quite like doing the early evening and quitting at about 10 o'clock or so. Not going to keep running them all night again.
No.
Well, only if Australia win the Bermuda Bowl, Peter, you'll be covering it all night long.
If I will cover whatever Australia gets to.
Yeah.
So as far as Australia is concerned, when do you leave, Dave?
I leave on the 15th of August.
Okay, so 2 weeks, huh?
That's right, yeah.
Well, we don't see you before then. Best of luck to you.
Do you think we get a public holiday if any Australian team wins in the Bermuda Bowl?
Oh, please. Yeah, we certainly would deserve it.
Well, didn't we the last 4 times we won it?
What's our highest result, Ron, in the Bermuda Bowl?
What's our best result?
Yeah, I know that Australia made the quarter-final with Bruce Neal and Pauline in the team not so long ago.
I think 89 we made the semis.
That was a good effort. Is that when it was in Western Australia or not that year?
That was in what?
In the west of Australia.
Yeah, it was in Perth. We lost to the USA in the semis. Weren't as many teams around then.
Won't there? Okay. Or as many countries?
Interesting that the Eastern European countries are very powerful at bridge.
Yeah.
They do very well. Romania.
What do you find interesting about that?
I didn't expect that those Romania and countries, Bulgaria and so on, would be as powerful as they are, and they're quite strong in
Look what's
all
happened
these competitions.
in tennis and other sports where all those countries we didn't know they had tennis courts and producing champions out of countries we've barely heard of.
Well, some while ago in tennis, we borrowed some Czech players who we made Australians, and that was very handy for us.
Yeah, that is certainly a good move for Australia. Can't we buy some some bridge players, but then they'd be taking away our position. So I don't know. It's not an easy one.
Didn't we get a few Kiwis along the way?
We've definitely done that. If we sent them home, perhaps the rest of us would have more chance. You would have laughed this week, Dave. I was wandering through Double Bay from the post office, and I ran into Croc Malik, who's sitting with Tommy Kiss, at coffee shop. So I stopped to talk to them, obviously. And then up comes Marston and joins in the conversation. Bit tense in some places there.
All happens on the east side of Sydney.
Have you heard of pickleball?
Yes, pickleball is catching on. There's two. There's pickleball and paddleball, and they're both very popular in the US and Europe. And it's for geriatrics who can't move quite as fast. Very popular sport.
Well, I was in, the Rebel today, and I asked about it, and the young people had never heard of it, and they didn't have any bats or balls for it. But yeah, I would, I don't play much tennis these days, but I wouldn't mind giving pickleball a go if somebody put a court in the eastern suburbs.
I'm sure there are courts for one of those games, because on the north side they have regular games. If you look on the internet, you'll probably find that there are clubs that play.
At least it'll be a little bit of aerobic.
I shall leave you, Peter, Dave. See
See
you
you,
tomorrow.
Ron.
Yeah, so anyhow, with
There's a club up at the university in Brisbane, so I'm not quite sure it's an old person's game if it's at the uni, but anyway.
yeah, well,
All right, good night. Good night, all.
all right, Dave, thank you very much.
Bye.
Nice to see you, Charles.
Thanks, mate. No, I had a funeral to get to, the first of all today. I had to do a video cast of that first, so just called in for the end of it.
You're actually looking more healthy tonight, I might say.
Thank you. I feel not too bad today.
Okay, that's good.
Day after dialysis today, so mind you saying that I had a committee meeting for my bridge club today, so that normally gives me a bit of stress, angst and heartburn, but seemed to go quite well.
Which is
That was QCBC.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to suggest to them we had a Saturday off and that we should do a border match teams event, but they wanted to do in pairs instead. So I don't know. Well, keep saying to me occasionally when we get a free Saturday, we've got to do something different. Got to, shake the world up and spark a bit of attention. Otherwise, it's just another boring mixed imps pair again.
Well, in my club, because they're all old people and they don't like change at all, right? So, actually, Paul and I were discussing it earlier. So, Charles, just there's only us here now, but
Yeah.
There's been no interest in the youth bridge.
Didn't think there would be. I mean, there'll be a bit of traction tomorrow. They may have it on at my bridge club QCBC tomorrow on Friday night is youth night, because they've got a couple of players on the Australian teams, Sebastian and John Parady. They're regular Friday night players. They may, but again, if there's no Australians on, they're not going to watch it. Probably.
But as I said perhaps before you came, we didn't get on last night or tonight. That's because we didn't have teams up high enough. If they feel sorry for us tomorrow night, the under-21s who are doing it, I think they're for another 2 matches to go. They could drop back on those 2 matches.
Yeah,
they might give us a match on thing, and therefore, do you think we should cover it, or do you think we just give up on it now?
I'd put it up. If it was convenient time and it doesn't kill anybody's time, then put it up. But otherwise, beyond that, I wouldn't be. I just have to accept the reality is it's like we'll watch the very best, but anything less than the very best, unfortunately, my budget for what I want to do when I'm not playing bridge, sorry, the youths don't get a look in.
Yeah, and look, we can see that in other sports happening too. I mean, at the moment, the women's soccer team gets better attendances than the men's soccer team gets.
I know. I mean, I went to two matches in Brisbane, and the second match, which was Brazil versus France, there was 50,000 there, and there's only 44 for the England-Haiti match.
Wow. That's a 50,000 for
50,000 Lang Park or Suncorp Stadium or Brisbane Stadium. going down to the ground, it was like the volume of people there was like going to a State of Origin match, except they were just better behaved.
And younger.
Younger, yeah, there's quite a few for females there. All the bars were open, the bars were all packed, but there was no spray of abuse coming out of them.
Yeah.
And I managed this morning to get more. I got tickets for a quarter-final featuring England, which was much to my surprise. I thought they would have all been sold out.
I watched the whole England match last night, and it was an exceptional match by England. They really didn't.
They took the pay. I saw the only second half of it. They played well in the second half. They took the game right to them, and I thought.
And it was beautiful to watch. But then the Australians played well on Monday night.
They did.
Total turnaround to what they did against Nigeria, where they were terrible. I thought they had no defence, no attack, nothing.
So they were expecting the ball to. What they were expecting, I felt, in that match against Nigeria, I think they were expecting the ball to get into the back of the back of the net all on its own.
Yeah, but with the forward coming back in who had been knocked out of training and couldn't play.
Yeah.
And the other girl, that made a big difference to the team.
I think it gave them a focus point.
A week's rest for Sam Kerr to, because I'm sure she didn't want to play last night, the other night. That was for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure the injury is bad, but I don't know how bad it really is, and it may be a big misnomer that it won't actually ever be right at all. But anyway, let's hope not. That's the case.
Yeah.
Oh, Charles, before we were talking about tablets and bridge.
Yes.
And Sartaj was saying that he quite likes the tablets and thought at top level play they'd be coming in, but perhaps not for the normal sort of club games. What do you have any thoughts on that issue?
I mean, I'm used to tablet principle of it because you play on BBO a fair bit. So I think the biggest issue is always going to be at less than the championship level is somebody having to spend, $20,000, $30,000 buying enough tablets to go around. Imagine doing the Gold Coast on 300 tables, needing 400 tablets. That's a big sum of money to put up.
No, I'm talking about introducing into local sort of
I think for some of the local clubs, they've only just got over mastering bridge, mate.
Does QCBC use bidding boxes?
Depends who's directing.
Okay.
If it's generally a club session, they will use bidding boxes. If it's a championship or a congress, it depends how big the event is, because there's some argument that they haven't got enough bidding boxes to go around. Well, my view is that you should either buy some or just hold a stock and you just transfer it amongst the clubs in Queensland who uses it. And of course, our biggest problem is the fact that when we made COVID, we made the tables 20% bigger. So if you've got a bidding box in there, you've got to stretch across right to get your bidding box. So that difference with bidding boxes, you just drop the cards on the table. And I was trying to make that point to somebody. Oh, look how far you've got to stretch. I said, all right, do it. You see how much. And they came and said, yeah, accept what you're saying. So our tables at the club, if you saw them, Paul, they're about 20% bigger than the old ones.
Yeah. But I find it intriguing that, we've got issues about whether or not we should have this technology or that technology, when really the cost involved is, I would have thought, not particularly significant. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
the whole scheme of things. Yeah. I mean, if you're playing, soccer or chess or something, I mean, the differences in cost would be not considered important, I would have thought. Yeah,
exactly. Isn't it? Something like soccer, they just change it and say, well, there you go, we'll just put 10% on the season ticket or the transfers and just go whack. And that's how they, got a big enough audience, they'll pay what the story is. So now the other thing that people will do to argue about bidding boxes is say, if the bidding is written down, it's always there for everybody to see. There's never any dispute about it. Yeah. And then people say, when you use bidding boxes, do you pull out the exact card that you need to bid? Or
no, you must pull out all the cards behind it. You must put your thumb on it
Yeah.
and pull all the cards behind it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things that I still see in the club that I, for a long while, was pull the card out that you needed, because I watched the Chinese world champions, and that's what they did, just pulled the card out. As you needed the 3 of spades, you pulled the 3 of spades out. Or you needed the 7 of diamonds, you pulled the 7 of diamonds out. But
My people can't put them back in the right spot again.
yeah, that's no. But the lady I play with just pulls a single card out every week, and the other person I play with, instead of stacking them on top of each other, goes left, right. So he'll do one club, then he'll put 1 heart, then he'll put 2 no trumps, and then he'll put 3 no trumps. So you can see all 4 bids instead of them being actually stacked up on top of each other.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's his way around of doing it like that. Nobody ever gets it wrong. And therefore, I suppose, if you've got all of those little bits, the fact that you've got those little electronic bidding boxes certainly will make it easier.
I was talking to a friend of mine in Canberra who is a very solid player, and you know, they're charging $15 for table money.
Yep.
And she and a number of others are on strike about it. You know, they want it to be cut back to $5 or $7.
Yeah.
I mean, just for 3 hours entertainment.
Yeah.
It's just, but it is the way a lot of people think.
It was exactly. I haven't got I don't want to dedicate that amount of my spare money to play it for my enjoyment. I'd rather give the money to the tea lady in the tea shop. But anyway, how's Master? What's he been up to these days, Peter?
Well, you know, there's always a bit of tension, you know, because hang on, let me just do one thing here. I'm just trying to do one thing, which is I'm trying to stop the recording. Go down to more. Stop